Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and if you're new around here, welcome to the family. It's the start of the season now. The Premier League starts this Friday, starts tomorrow if you're watching this Thursday, whatever. It starts Friday, it starts with Liverpool and Bournemouth. So in this video we are going to go through every Premier League game and give my favourite bet on each one, which has fairly good odds, and then you guys can make your own decision on what to do. If you want to do them as singles, make an ACCA, make a treble, make a double, it's entirely up to you. And make sure you keep watching because I am also adding 4 in-play tips for Saturday as well. These are the 4 most important games for me on Saturday, because when it comes to the Premier League, at the moment there is no stats to go by, there's no form. We don't know what teams are going to be like this season, and you can't really judge teams by how they were in the pre-season friendlies. You know, managers are trying out new tactics, they're trying new players out, they're trying to get their fitness up. So do not go by any team's form at the moment. It just all goes out the window, okay? And so when I go through these Premier League matches, it's going to be very quick. There's no research done. It's just my thought, to be honest. In my personal opinion, I would highly recommend, if you're one of them guys who likes to do bets before the matches kick off, like pre-match bets, do not do any Premier League bets for another 3 weeks, okay? At least then you've got 3 weeks of solid data. You can see what teams are looking like, are the players on form, who started well, who started poorly. So give it 3 weeks until you start placing pre-match bets, okay? However, if you do in-play bets like myself, you can crack on straight away because pre-match stats aren't too important. As long as you're watching the matches live, watch them. If they're lively and you want to jump on the first half goal, etc., go ahead. But just make sure you're watching it live, okay, if you're doing in-play. I did have a video uploaded a couple days ago. I go through who I think is going to win the title, who I think will get relegated, some top scorer bets, and there's also a top scorer double bet which I've done myself, which is in that video, and that gives odds of 70, and you want to jump on that one as soon as possible if you fancy it. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you do. But what I'll do is at the end of this video I'll add the video link in here. It'll be on the left or the right, okay? So watch this one first, wait to the end, and then watch that video next. And one last thing before we dive in, quick plug. Remember, I do have a premium betting group where you get every single bet that I place myself all in play, and you get them live instantly inside your Telegram channel, so you can join in. We've been smashing it the past month, getting excellent results, and it's the start of the season now. It's the best time to join. So if you want to join, the link is below. And I did say in my last video I've got some more news about that, and I was going to say about it this week, but I've just been so busy. So that's going to be announced next week, okay? So next week's video I'll give you some more details about that. Okay, so let's dive into the Premier League predictions, and then we'll talk about my 4 main bets for Saturday, okay? So keep watching to the end. Let's go into the computer and let's make some money. Okay guys, so we are in Bet365 for me to go for these Premier League games. Like I mentioned in my other videos, I don't use Bet365 for any bets. As you can see, I have £10 in my account, absolute baller. The reason why I have this £10 in here, even though I can't use Bet365, is this is my friend's account. If you ever get banned and you want to use Bet365 just for streaming, just take someone else's details. Well, not just take them, ask them, deposit £10, and that way you can still watch all their live streams. That's a good little tip for you. I mean, you can't watch Premier League matches on Bet365, but games in Germany, Spain, France, Netherlands, so many big leagues, you can watch all the matches live in the Bet365 account. Oh my god, Bet365 website, and you don't need to make any bets. As long as you deposit £10, you can watch them. So always worth having. Yeah, like I don't place any bets on Bet365. I've had like 5 accounts banned on there because they are assholes, and if you win money, they will ban your ass. So all my bets are done on Betfair. So yeah, like I said earlier, we are going to go through these super quick because there's just no form or stats to go by. So these are just my opinion for each one. There's not really much to go for at the moment, but let's go through these quick, okay? And then we move on to my 4 serious bets for the day, okay? So let's start with the Friday game, which is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Like I said in my last video, I don't think Bournemouth are going to have a very good season. They just sold like 3 main players at the back. I think Evan Nilsson's going to have a good season. I think he's going to get 15 plus Prem goals, believe it or not. But Liverpool are going to be too strong here. Friday night. The odds for Liverpool to win are 1.28, which is way too low. So I would personally look at something like goal lines. So Liverpool -1 handicap. I don't know if they have it on here. Handicap result -2. You want -1. There you go. Liverpool -1 handicap, so they've got to win by at least 2 goals. That's odds of 1.72. So that one's pretty tasty. I'll chuck that one there for now. And then we go on to the early game on Saturday. Villa versus Newcastle. That's a really good game. Really good game to kick off the day, that is. Things don't seem so well at Newcastle at the moment, especially with the Isak thing going on. I think the morale's going to be pretty low. I think a lot of players will have that in their mind. The dressing room's probably a bit all over the place. They haven't made the signings that they've wanted. So I would personally go for... a Villa win is 2.2, but to keep it a little bit safe, I would go... Double chances, all right, 1.36. But I would go for draw no bet, just to get the better odds. So Liverpool to win... Aston Villa to win. But if there's a draw, you get your stake back, okay? So we'll go for that one. Next we have Brighton versus Fulham. A game I cannot call at all. That's a tough one. I would swing towards both teams to score on that one. That's 1.61. And then we have, Sunderland versus West Ham. I'm going to be at this game as well, actually. I'm travelling all the way up to Sunderland. And we're probably going to lose. Fuckers. You know what? I know how we're going to be this year. We've looked pretty good during pre-season. I've not seen any Sunderland friendlies so far. I know they've made a lot of signings. Maybe it's going to take them a while to gel. For West Ham, Fulkrug is on fire at the moment. I know it's pre-season, but he looks very fit. Apparently, Fulkrug's lost like 17 pounds over the summer. And he's looking sharp. He scored 3 goals in pre-season. I mean, is there like a shot on target we can do on here? Player shots on target. I mean, where's Bowen's shot on target? 1.4. Fulkrug 1.4 as well. I mean, they're worth looking at. Bowen's always up there. Fulkrug is on fire during pre-season. But considering our defence is really poor, Sunderland are going to be up for it. I would just go for both teams to score in this one. 1.7. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Tottenham versus Burnley. I think Tottenham are too strong here. Tottenham should win this. I mean, the odds are pretty crap, but I don't fancy handicap with them because they are ropey. We all saw the Super Cup final last night. 2-0 up, 5 minutes to go, and they absolutely bottled it. But at home to Burnley, they should get the win here. I know it's low odds, but we'll chuck it in. 1.36. So far, the ACCA's up to 10.44. And then we have the evening game, which is Wolves versus City. I mean, really, Man City should be winning this. I think Wolves will struggle this year. Let's just go for the Man City win. 1.5. So that's 6 teams already. 15 times your money. Let's have a look on Sunday. Chelsea versus Palace. Ooh, I think Palace will get a goal here, you know. I do think Palace will get a goal. So I'm going to go both teams to score in this one. 1.7. That's pretty tasty. Yeah, I think they'll score. And Chelsea should score at home. Forest versus Brentford. Like I said in my last video, I think Brentford are going to struggle this year. New manager, a lot of top players have left. We're going to go with the Forest win here. 2 more games. How could I forget that one? Man U versus Arsenal. Ooh. You know what? Man U have made some very good signings. I cannot lie. They have made some very, very good signings. And I think they will score. I think they're going to score. I think Arsenal will score because Man United's defence is shite. We're going to do both teams to score in this one as well. 1.7. Oh my God, look at the odds now. We are creeping up. And then the last game on the Monday, Leeds versus Everton. Oh, under the lights at Leeds. Their fans going to be up for it. And I watched Everton in the pre-seasons because they win this American Cup with West Ham, Man U and Bournemouth. And I've got to say, Everton looked very poor. They did not look good at all. Because it's the night game as well. You know what? I'm going to go for the Leeds win. I'm going to go for the Leeds win here. So let's check this out. Liverpool -1 handicap. Aston Villa draw no bet. Both teams to score in the Brighton versus Fulham game. Same with the Sunderland versus West Ham game. Tottenham to win. City to win. Both teams to score Chelsea versus Palace. Forest to win. Both teams to score Man U and Arsenal. Then the Leeds win. So that's all the 10 games. And that returns odds of 227.49. So if you'd done a tenner on this, you would get £2,274 back. But like I said, there's no data to back this up at the moment. So it's a bit of a fun bet. If you fancy doing it, maybe just chuck a couple quid on. Or if there's any ones you really like the look of, like one or two, then maybe do a double. And that'll, out of all of these, if you pick any of these two, it will probably treble your money. So that's not too shabby. Now let's go on to my 4 main matches for Saturday. These are the ones which I will be placing in-play bets on, okay? So we'll start with the first one. We are over in the Chinese Super League, like I've mentioned in many of my videos recently, including 2 months ago when I was making videos and we had a bit of a break. But the Chinese Super League has been awesome. They're 20 games in now. And it just seems to be tons of goals, and the odds are always decent as well. So for 12.35 on the Saturday, we are going for the Zhejiang and Shanghai match. Now, what I'll be looking for in this is a first half goal. We wait in play. I'll be watching it. Make sure it's lively. Both teams are attacking. I like to see corners as well. And when the minutes reach probably around the 25th minute, you will get odds of around 1.7 for a first half goal, okay? If the goal happens before that, then unless you're watching it live and you fancy another goal in that first half, just skip that match, okay? But let's just look at these results, mate. Look at these results. 4-3, 4-2, 3-2, 3-1, 2-1, 4-4, 3-2. It's just an absolute goal fest. Even at home, look at home. 2-2, 2-2, 3-1. Away. I mean, there's going to be goals in this match, okay? If you look at over 2.5 goals already, bear in mind there's no money in the market. See here, 0. So the money will start coming in Saturday morning. But already the odds are the odds are already 1.5. Already 1.5, and the game hasn't even kicked off yet for over 2.5 goals. That's another market you could look at. Like I said though, if the first half isn't that lively and you don't place any bets, at half time look at over 1.5 goals. That would be another option. And then if it's 0-0 around the 60th minute, you can look at goal lines as well. So goal lines 1.0. If there's one goal, you get stake back 2 goals or more and you win, okay? But yeah, very good game. We're going to see goals here. You can even look at both teams to score. So basically any market with goals, this is the match for you, okay? And on Bet365, there will be a live stream. Now we go on to the next game. We're in Denmark. This is at 1 p.m. It's Hillerød versus Hobro. They're 4 games into the season, which is enough for me, for enough data. And we look at their last 4 games. I know they started the season here with 0-0, but since then it's been 1-1, 4-2, 4-1. Hillerød, 2-2, 2-1, 5-0, 3-1. Both their games at home, 2-1, 2-2. And for away, they've seen 1-1, 4-2. And what I like about this one is, even though they played each other in May and it was 0-0, this kind of helps us in a way because the odds are going to get better, okay? The odds are going to be fairly decent from the kickoff. So we should reach a first half goal odds of 1.7 pretty early on, okay? Again, there will be a live stream on this, I believe, on Bet365. Yes, there should be. It's the first division. If we look on Bet365, Betfair, sorry, the odds are already 1.71 for over 2.5 goals. So a first half goal, the market will reach odds of 1.7 very, very quick. Very, very quick. So keep an eye on this game because there's going to be goals. Now the third game, it's at 6:30. We're in Poland. Oh my god, I don't know how to pronounce this, but you can see it. Stall versus, oh my god, you can see it. Puskya. But again, they're 4 games into the season. Look at their 4 games. I mean, their last one was only 1-0, which ain't great, but before that, 2-2, 2-1, 2-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-2, 1-0. So a lot of both teams scoring, which I like. Both their games at home, 2-2, 2-1. And they've played 1 game away and it was 2-2. So this should have goals. And the odds are already for over 2.5 goals. The odds are 1.67, which is very, very good. So again, the first half goal odds should reach 1.7 fairly quickly. But like I said, if you want to jump on over 2.5 goals from the start, you can. But like I say, I always recommend in play. Always in play. Last game. We are over in Slovenia, and it's Maribor versus Bravo Publicum. Again, 4 games into the season, which is enough for me. Let's look at their games. 2-1, 1-1, 2-2, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1 at home. Both teams scoring in all of them. 2-1, 1-1, 2-2, and away 2-1, 3-1, which is perfect for me because you probably notice I've picked games where the odds are already pretty good. I know in my last video I picked one game in Finland, the Honka game, and like the odds for over 2.5 goals at the start was like 1.1 or something. So it was just pointless. And the first half goal, the odds were so small. So it just had no chance. Whereas these 4 games all have a good chance of getting good odds and a good chance of happening. Now the odds on here at the moment says 1.02 for over 2.5 goals. That's not the true reflection because what it is, there's no money in the market yet. Okay, see here it says 0. Once this gets on Saturday around 5 p.m, money will start coming into this, and the odds of over 2.5 goals will probably be around 1.5, 1.6. Okay, and you'll notice here there's no first half goal market yet. That's fine. It will appear on the day. Okay, so don't panic. Don't panic. So there we go, guys. All the Premier League predictions. Like I said, be very, very careful with them at the moment. And then I've given you the 4 serious bets for Saturday, well, matches for Saturday, okay? Therefore, in play, should be goal fests. Get inside the premium group if you want all my tips live. You don't want to miss out. It's the start of the season. It's the perfect time to join. I'll put the link below. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace.